I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Oh, here we go. Axeman off to a slightly faster start. Does get the girls get, both of them do. Got a windmill key. Axeman's gonna check out the shops, and so's Nightdew.
And a very vanilla start here, getting the Sword of Wind and the Windmill Key. I wouldn't be surprised if both our runners go check that right away. Imagine, because of the density, they're just going to go right for it. Don't expect either of them to go over towards Portoa right away. They may go in, open it, Wild Warp back, and then go over to see if they can get an orb. But definitely going to make this play first.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to come down to what you can get out of the early Windmill Cave. It's very likely, just even without the actual Orb of Wind, to have, some kind of progression with this item density. And I am actually going to say something that I think you're going to be like, what? I am hoping for something I've never personally done in one of these races, and I know it's your personal nightmare. I am hoping for the first ever that I've seen no Mimic run. I want them to miss every single one of them.
Why are you casting with me? What? Why? Who let you in the booth?
Why am I casting with you? I mean, with the aside that you cast every race that you are in, so...
I mean, you're not wrong, but who let you in here? We all know we would need to see Mimics. Chat wants to see Mimics.
Well, I know there's things that you want to see and there's things that other people want to see. Most people actually want to see me dead. In-game, as far as I know. But yeah, we'll just see about how this goes. I don't know. We've had so much success. The last race we called together was a full Mimic percent. So I just wonder what it looks like if we had a super fast race with no Mimics. Oh, there's that Orb of Wind.
Yeah, so this is definitely the play here for sure. Nightdew unfortunately getting poisoned and not picking up an antidote in the shop. Had to Wild Warp out to get that covered. Also picking up Gas Mask, so very vanilla play here. They will be able to full clear the Windmill Cave because they did get the orb. And with that, they will be able to utilize that Gas Mask as well. Now, I don't think until a later point in time they will do that, such as getting Telepathy or the Insect Flute, but Barrier is an insane pickup. So both of these guys, I just want to touch base real quick. Both of these guys are very good runners of this, and there's our first Mimic.
Oh my god. I cursed it already.
You did. That's what you get. We got Mimic number one.
You're smiling, I can tell.
Can you? Are you sure? Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs?
I can.
This is good.
Wait, what'd you call me?
Mr. Krabs.
That's not gonna stick. Anyways, Nightdew is also making their way through the cave. It's a little bit interesting that X-Men decided to go ahead and Wild Warp instead of going after the vampire, but I guess wanted to make sure that it saved and had that progression without having to go back and do everything again.
For sure. The vampire fight is fairly simple, but it can always give you a bad pattern and jump into you. So he definitely went back to top off his health as well. Get a little bit of extra money as well as utilize the little bit of scaling that he gained. So that way he could get the XP curve a little bit easier as well. So I can't really blame him for that at all. This is allowing Nightdew to get a little bit more ground, catching up to him. And there's a Sword of Fire, which is also very nice. Yeah, so it's just like, it's vanilla, but you're getting everything a little bit early right now. Well, Barrier, you got a lot of it early, but just how it goes. We're so far definitely getting early game items. So, Nightdew got poisoned again and then warped out. Axeman is currently poisoned and is trying to do the vampire fight. So, Axeman did make the task for this game for the 80% record here, and he has a lot of strats available to his disposal. But he is at 1 health, and he does get bodied by that bat. So,
Yeah, and I had to think at that point, even if he had succeeded, he didn't really have enough health to go much further. So I wonder if he was just continuing on that fight just to see what the item was, and then might have made a decision about going somewhere else. Let's see, both of our runners making their way through this cave, trying to get... You know, they've built that level 3, they're, you know, it seems like Nightdew's definitely taking his time.
yeah, he knows he's gotta play really cautious right now, especially because of the early wild warps out. He definitely is gonna feel under the gun, especially against Axe.
Indeed. Picks up his Sword of Fire, whereas Axe just picked up Sword of Fire again, having lost it after dying to the vampire. So these runners are about to have a sync fight here with the vampire. Yeah. Yeah, no way you leave Fire Sword behind. You're always going to go back for that. And simultaneously getting the Shell Flute. Near simultaneously. And now making their way to the town of Bryn Mawr. They wave to Akahana, but they don't have his statue, so they just go ahead. Nightdew just jumped in to get the warp for the town, whereas Axeman actually went in and did a little bit of shopping. Now we're going to find out what's over here in the grass. Just a fruit of power. And now, I do think that we might see them take advantage of that gas mask pretty much right away.
Oh, they definitely will. Because they're on this side of the map, they're not going to go over to Portoa. They both know, like I said, both of these runners are extremely experienced, and they're just going to do as best of routing, even if it's poor in terms of density as possible, they're going to do it. So he's going to come in here, he's going to come up, going to talk to her anyway just to make sure that he gets the point. Going to warp back to Bryn Mawr. Now Nightdew's going to do his shopping. Axe, meanwhile, is going to warp back. Just go straight on out, because he did stock up on all those warp boots.
And I got a feeling that they're going to pick a fight with me.
Oh, they're definitely going to pick a fight with you right now, because it's either going to be the Orb of Fire that's going to let them go scale Saber West, or they're going to go forward here and get something like, I don't know, Fog Lamp, maybe to go along with that Shell Flute, because they do need that, so that way they can utilize the rest. But because of this, for routing, there's the Orb of Fire.
Yep, there it is. I had thought there might have been that, you know, there was some stuff, at least one on Asina that they could get to. That they could have been their progression.
It definitely is possible. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case.
Yeah.
Now, I know Axe isn't going to do it because he hasn't visited there yet. I don't think Nightdew's going to do the skip either. Especially in the position they're at right now. Because Asina definitely has an item. It could be the Fog Lamp, but because they do have that orb, that does open up a Waterfall Cave logically as well. I imagine both our runners are going to dip in, though, visit the Queen and check out her throne room and what's behind it to tell her, hey, give me an item.
Absolutely. Also, as you said, opens up a little bit of Mount Saber West. Most of it, not everything.
Ball of water, so definitely not helpful yet, but that tells me that it's either going to be Waterfall Cave or Saber West. I'm super happy because they are very limited in options, so this just comes down to efficiency of routing.
Absolutely.
Axe making a checkpoint at the Waterfall Cave in case he finds something that he doesn't like or something happens. Just being able to get back in here faster.
Ooh, those skeletons. Those are not fun. Along with those big spiders. This is a very webby waterfall.
That is true, but at this point, honestly, seeing those spiders here is a great sign. Just because they've got the Orb of Fire. Spiders are weak to fire, so they're going to be able to get good XP out of it as well. A couple charge shots is going to kill that, and as you just saw, actually did just hit level 4. Nightdew's gonna find another spider here on his way, more than likely, and will definitely be killing that for sure, just to get his XP up as well.
Yep. And we're gonna get to these statues that we can get behind with the statue glitch. We're gonna have to come back possibly with the Flute of Lime in order to unfreeze those guys. You don't get anything for that except for a hint about what's at the back of Foglamp Cave. But there is another statue here, and that one can actually give you an item.
Yeah, it is worth mentioning that if they do come back here, they probably won't check the hint. Not because it's isn't something that's good, but it's actually a random item between the two caves. We actually checked that out in the code. I found out that it tells you any of the items between Foglamp and Carissa Plant Cave. So any of those 6 drops, it tells you.
That's a lot less useful.
Yes.
Wow.
So just learned the right side here is the magic ring. So it's definitely a good pickup, but not the progression we're looking for, as it is just essentially a max ether there, gonna fully refill their MP when used.
Yeah. We got vanilla Medusas here, but unfortunately there's no sort of water. So aren't able to take advantage of the gods of experience just sitting there. And instead they're just gonna have to dodge all those shots and make sure they don't get turned to stone. And we had the webbing at the beginning of the cave. This is definitely still the stoning area.
Yeah, Nightdew's having trouble with these Medusas. He's trying to get past them, and they're not vulnerable to fire. So he's just got to use that charge shot to get that most effective movement out of there.
Axeman there barely used that medical herb right before getting hit with the flail again. Would have sent him back to the very beginning. Oh, there's the fog lamp, so there's the other half of that. And
Nightdew, taking an unfortunate death here, is going to have to redo the waterfall cave, but he did not make a checkpoint, so he does have a little bit of ground to cover. Not too much.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Axeman's about to go sailing. And sailing, probably not accurate necessarily because there's no sail. We're going to go dolphining?
You love me a good dolphining.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Spokes with very specifics on here. The first unique item the game runs into starting in Carissa Plant Cave, then rotating to Fogland. Interesting. So that actually could be useful. It's just not... That's more useful than what I thought just a minute ago, but less useful than what I thought before that.
Yeah, honestly, if you haven't checked the caves, it's good info. But if not, it's really not worth it to ever find out.
It's true.
And that is super helpful.
Water. Yeah.
So
taunting them after going through that cave.
I'm actually a little surprised, since Axe was right there, that he did not walk back into that he didn't warp back and then do that sequence. Just because it would have cleaned up the right side. But I guess he doesn't want to do Foglamp Cave and Carissa Plant Cave right now. He's going for the larger density at Evil Spirit Island, and frankly, I can't blame him.
Yeah. Did he go to Joel? Did I miss that? Did I blink?
Yeah, he went to Joel.
Okay. That's to say, because he was let in. But yeah, with that sort of water pickup along with the orb of water, they now have the ability to cross over these rivers at the points where you can freeze them. Which does give them logical access to Foglamp and Carissa Cave, but yes, right here is the place to be. You can do everything except Sabera herself in logic, and that doesn't typically stop most racers.
Not at all. You get that sword of fire, you've got the orb, you're gonna do it. Almost every time. And it's
hey, looky there. That flute of lime we were just talking about.
So now that's actually gonna be helpful, because it will tell them when they go back, hey, here's an item here. I imagine, though, our runners are probably not going to one-off do that check until absolutely last, so.
Absolutely, indeed. Yeah. Yeah, and it's interesting as well, something that's just kind of statistically likely in these is that when you do get that access to Sword of Water along with the Orb of Water, you're typically less likely to get flight early on. Just because the game always gives you one of those in order to cross water. And they've given the racers everything they need from a vanilla perspective to cross water. With the Sword of Water and Orb of Water plus the Dolphin. So we might actually have ourselves a hunt later on in this game trying to find that flight spell. And I was expecting it to be in that chest, honestly, as I was talking. But yeah, there's a very large amount of the game opening up to us. Once we can get past this Angry Sea and get to the back, and that's going to take either the flight spell, as I was just talking about. It's going to take the pieces of the lamp, the glowing lamp, in order to calm the sea, or it's going to take finding that Sword of Thunder. Axeman picking up Sacred Shield. It's a really nice find. And making his way to Zombie Village. And has now found his way into Sabera's palace. Not too many checks here. Just gonna go up the left side and pick up, what is it, 2 chests back here, or is it just 1 and the other 2 are on the vampire?
It's just gonna be the one on this side here, the 1 free chest, and then 1 from defeating vampire, and then 1 from Sabera herself, and then afterwards they'll go visit Clark Kent and
who is not
an extra item from him.
Full denial, not at all Superman. I don't know why you brought it up.
Oh no, I just said his name is Clark Kent.
Yeah, that's it. His name's Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Nightdew, still playing catch up, has just picked up that key to Stixie. And yes, I do say Stixie because the X is before the Y in this version.
It's a wonderful mistranslation. Super good. Axe is actually showing off a wonderful strat here. So that sound you hear is the tink. So meaning that he is not breaking armor in this, which means that he is doing 1 damage. The reason he's doing that is because the vampire will actually not move if you mash and do that while he's being tanked.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yep. Like I said, you're going to see a lot of good unique strats. I'm pretty sure that is something that was discovered in the task. I could be mistaken about that, but I do know Axe definitely loves to employ that. And there's Mimic number 2.
Indeed. And yes, there is indeed a second chest in between Vampire and Sabera, and we just found out that it's not a friendly chest at all. Nightdew still making his way through the caves, whereas Axeman is about to fight Sabera. Wait, no, that's Messia. What are you doing?
No, that's definitely Sabera.
Ah, it's a trick. I'm taking advantage of that barrier spell, but oh! Just bad luck. Sabera went straight in. Fortunately, you get a spot to save right before this fight.
It's definitely nice that you get a checkpoint right here. Most of the boss rooms in the game are like that. They offer some type of checkpoint beforehand.
And with a scaling of 15, Sabera is not going to take terribly long to take down. Picks up a magic ring. Not the, not really progression itself. And since we're not quite in story mode, I think we're doing that in the brackets. But that glowing lamp is half of the formula needed to calm these seas.
So it looks like
I'm starting to wonder how vanilla this game's gonna be.
I mean, it's still French. Axe heading over here to do Saber West. Looks like for the next chunk of density checks. May also check Amazons while he's over here. Looks like he's setting up that save point just for that reason, which is really good. I wonder if he finds a mimic in the basement, if he's going to kill it and not go back.
We will find out. Obviously with no change spell. Okay, it's the ivory statue. That'll be useful later, potentially. It's used to turn Kinzu back to human from being a slime. Not sure why you can't just feed him a fruit, but that's how the game decided to go. And he liked this village of women, so he bought a t-shirt. Nightdew doing a bit more traditional strats rather, of dying on the first attack shot, and then trying again using that Sword of Winds. It does indeed unlock a Prokahana, so there's going to be a couple of checks available to them when they do get that change spell. Obviously, they also have to have access to Go, which we don't have yet. Axeman finding the annoying dragons that aren't strong, that are immune to fire rather, and is checking out Mount Saber West. Not going to check out those Fog Lamp and Carissa plant caves yet. Oof, Nightdew goes down again. This is not great.
It's alright, third time's the charm here for him. Axeman does
Speaking
find
of
us our
third
mimic.
time. Third time finding a mimic.
I'm always happy to see that. And honestly, that's a pretty quick mimic there to kill. Since we don't have teleport yet, I probably would have killed that twice at this scaling just to get the extra money. Speaking of third time being the charm knight, you did manage to take down the vampire this time, so he will be able to make his way up the tower here.
Yes, and let's hope that Nightdew has a little bit better luck with Sabera herself, or might actually choose to not get there. Meanwhile, Axeman finding the eyeglasses, so still need the alarm flute to complete that combo, but they do have access to Joel, and that is another check that can potentially be waiting for them. Alright, Nightdew has found that mimic number 2, and is gonna now head on to Sabera. Axeman is getting very close to the rest of to that chest in Tornell. Of course, without a blizzard bracelet, not blizzard bracelet, tornado bracelet, can't get that item that Tornell's holding. Because Tornell, of course, is very greedy. Hi Tornell, see you in chat. But that was an Orb of Thunder that was sitting there. So, like, that is going to be really useful whenever they actually do find the Thunder Sword, if that does happen. Because they will be able to unlock every single door in the game moving forward. Everything will be kind of open to them. Including Goa Fortress. Actually, they might not have wanted to see that now that I think about it.
No, you definitely want to see that.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. You always want that, because you need that breakout. Definitely want that breakout, which Axeman is going back here, doing the water trade sequence here. It's a consumable, so Rage is going to try to pop back up and give that back to him here in just a moment. Oh, yeah.
Ice is no barrier to Rage.
Looks like Axe is going to do the logical routing progression here. Is going to go right into Crystalis Plant Cave. Yes, it's 2 items, but it's going to be more time to backtrack down. He should still have Warp Boots, so he's going to get the 2 items, warp out, unless by some unknown circumstance that he magically disappears with, say, Sword of Thunder.
Indeed. I'm a little bit surprised that Axeman did not first go to Waterfall Cave and then get both the clue and that other item first, just to see. But you know, just wants to go ahead and get those items directly.
We're finally getting some divergence here, which is nice. There's Mimic number 4. Thank you, Axe. Mimic number 5. Thank you, Night.
See, I knew, I'm gonna say it now, I knew the way to make it happen was to say we would see none.
Yeah, so that's what you're gonna say now. Okay, okay, yep, totally, totally. Hey, you know what? The run is still young, my friend.
It is, and we still have 7 to find. And I'm sure we won't find any more. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wow. So I'm actually really happy this divergence because we're gonna be able to see all the items here that were revealed. Both of our runners finding Mimic. Nightdew did reset out because of the paralysis. He wasn't able to finish checking items there, so he's more than likely going to go back through. Axe making his way to the end of the Crystalis cave here is going to just find a medical herb. Ooh. So Crystalis really not good here.
Not at all.
So I will say this, I know in the past couple of seeds, Nightdew has ran, because we talk about him all the time. He has been skipping Crystalis Cave because it is the 2 checks, especially when he's been getting progression elsewhere. I feel like right now with what he's seeing, especially if he finishes Foglamp Cave and he gets a piece of progression, he's not going to do Crystalis. I think he's going to skip it.
Indeed.
Fruit of Power and a Power Ring.
Ooh,
okay, so
that second one's not so bad.
I mean, that second one's amazing. I don't know about you, but I definitely want Power Ring at any time, and that is a Blizzard bracelet. So
yes. Ooh. So that is both great news for Axeman and not great news for me, honestly. Finding the Blizzard bracelet means that both Mados are now in logic, and that could lead to my demise.
Well, they may be in logic, but they don't have a way to access there yet. Thankfully, Nightdew is turning out to realize that this is actually Mimic Cave. Finding a 3rd Mimic, we are now on Mimic number 7.
Goodness. You know, so, the first race that the last race we called together where it was Mimic %, we managed to have an early pace of like, I think a Mimic every 3 minutes for like the first 8 or so. We're not quite at that now, but we're also not that far off.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, if the last chest in here is a Mimic, we're good.
Yeah. The other thing I want to point out with this is that we've got 7 lovely Mimics already found. We have none of our in-game progression items. There is still a world of items to be hunted down and found. We still can't get past Angry Sea.
No, we cannot. So I imagine the last item has to be like sort of Thunder.
Well, the other thing is they've got 1/2 of the solution for getting past the actual Angry Sea the vanilla way.
But that's not gonna help them though, because they don't have change, so they're gonna get stuck on that side.
Oh, that's true.
Yep, so that's a Fruit of Repun.
Yeah.
So now the question is, Nightdew, where are you going with your extra little bit of information here? You're gonna do it, aren't you? You're gonna go to K-Plant Cave. Go turn in the Flute of Lime! He's actually doing it, so he's falling for the trap.
Yep. Well, and it's probably for exactly what you just said. And like, you know, the play you never make. Suddenly you decide to make it on the day that it's not going to be useful.
Yep, and I can't blame him for this, honestly, because he didn't find any progression, so he's got to be thinking, okay, I gotta go here, I gotta check it. So he's gonna be doing this. X-Men's gonna find his Mimics, gonna go check the back, get the fruit, and realize that, oh man, Flute of Lime's got my progression.
Yeah, if they had just listened to me, they would have been cheating, but they would have been past us.
Honestly, like I said, very few runners are gonna do that single off check first. just because of that. And honestly, the information we would have gotten, there was no unique items in terms of key items, so you would have been told about a furtive refund.
Yeah, which would have been amazing information to find out. That there's absolutely no reason to go through here. And you know, admittedly, had they done that and both realized that, then we would have missed out on 3 of the mimics.
Oh, we would have missed out on more than 3. There was 3 in one cave.
Oh, it was 3 in one cave and 1 in the other?
Yeah. It was
Okay.
3 in Fog Lamp, and then the first chest in Carissa was 1.
Okay, so that's why they did that. That was just for you.
Yep.
But yeah,
100%.
no, 100. Absolutely. But yeah, no, they gotta go back to Waterfall Cave, and here they go. And I suppose there's a small chance that they could get change from Calming the Angry Sea. That is another possible progression.
Oh, we know it's the power ring, so it's not gonna help them.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we saw that. I have a memory of a goldfish. It's great. Thank you for being the person with a natural memory. So yeah, we basically have no surprise coming up here. We know exactly what's coming. We are about to take ourselves on a journey to Chiron, courtesy of Sword of Thunder.
So here's the one-off odd kicker, if you will. We get flight. We get flight. We get rabbit boots. We have to go back up Saber West. A mandatory double dip on Saber West.
Or speed boots.
Or speed boots can do it too. Yeah. So any like one of those 3 could force that to go left. And then what's the worst thing we could get? So tornado bracelet, and then send them back up to the turn-in to get something to get them across the sea.
Yeah. But there's Sword of Thunder. I was also thinking that it would be quite the journey if it sent them, if it gave them like teleport and telepathy and sent them to north.
It would be an option, but unfortunately they would have to get both pieces, so it would have had to be one of the boots pieces, one of the mountain climbing pieces. So
I meant after that.
Okay. But here we are, we're on the
you just get one item.
far side of the world here now. Axeman is heading up
I'm
Hydra.
just here because good old Mount Hydra. Oh, and there's a Carissa plant.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to think that's its new home. I found that there, in the last 10 seeds I've ran, I'd say at least 4 of those seeds have had that in that exact chest. Hi, Bert! Shouts to Bert!
Now that's true, Mr. Spokes. That was a possibility. If they had gotten telepathy, they could have gone back to Oak at that point. That could have completed that. So there was definitely a way to make that trolley. Make it a thing. Nightdew finds those eyeglasses. The Axeman is realizing, hey, guess what? I've got the key to this. I've got this shiny barrier spell. I'm gonna go check out half this cave. And I say half because the other half is only reachable by the place.
So, how about Flight being buried in here, in his chest?
Nah, it's too easy. Picks up some warp boots. So far, nothing. I think he still orphaned a couple of things on the Mount Hydra side, correct?
Yep, he got the first chest because that's the one that you get before coming up to this point. Doing this because you don't have flight makes more sense, because if you do get flight in here, you can get the other 3 plus the back item on Hydra itself, so this is good. And speaking of his chest, he is remembering it, and it is flight! I am a prophet! I am a prophet!
I was gonna call you a witch, but okay.
Definitely not a witch. So
That's what a witch would say.
It is
Well,
I take showers all the time. I can't drown, so there you go. So yeah, we're gonna have to ask him about his chest and how that felt. And there's our first.
Wow.
So not only do we get the spell that gets us up the mountain, but we also get. Oh man, that's just too good. Like we also get our first bow. And it's the bow that we want them to find, not the bow they want to find. So they want to find truth so that way they know they don't have to do back of crypt. I want them to do back of crypt. I want all the mimics found.
Indeed. And Axeman goes back to Chiron, liked it so much, Party Town, he bought the t-shirt. And now definitely almost went up to Mount Hydra. But it's like, no, I've got this flight spell. I'm going south. Unless he goes to Goa and you stay away from that front door. You do not. Probably just gonna get the warp point and then is gonna go back. That's right. No. Yes. There we go.
I can feel your sweat from here. You're so
That's
nervous.
A very odd statement.
You're so nervous. No, you're just. I can hear it. You're so nervous coming down. You're like, I don't want to take a nap. I don't want to take a nap.
Actually, I really do want to take a nap. I'm trying to stay awake for this race. Also, I'm excited to be here. I really am. It's conflicting. Axeman was. I guess that was a consumable there. And Nightdew is finally getting his Sword of Thunder, and is going to be unleashed on this. Is unfortunately falling a bit behind. And really needs Axeman to take a dive into somewhere deep, like Goa Fortress, and come up empty. And meanwhile, Nightdew needs to do something that's not that.
So I'm sad that he did this. He's going back to do his Sword of Water sequence here, because he went straight to Portilla earlier and didn't warp back. So he is going to be a little bit more behind than he was. I can't blame him though for doing this because he needs the information about calming the sea. And Axe did just find the key to prison, so we will have backside access to Saber North.
Yep, that is indeed a thing. But without that tornado bracelet, not really much in logic for the game yet, so probably not going to think about it too much.
Oh, he's not going to care about logic. He'll do it.
I know he won't care about logic, but I don't know. Hey, there's a present for you.
I know, we're at 8. I'm so happy. We are 2/3 of the way there.
Axeman continuing to make his way through Oasis Cave. Trying to conserve some of those points. Nightdew getting his Blizzard Bracelet from the Dolphin. Much better thing to get from the Dolphin than I usually get, which is usually Medical Herb. Indeed, that is an important bracelet to have now. It will help them with Mado 2. They don't need any other Mados, just Mado 2. It's going to be great. Going straight to the back door. It's a logical thing to do for Goa Fortress at this point. Just a lot of checks right here in the Carmine area.
You'd like that, don't you?
Like what?
The backside play. I mean, they've got Shield Ring, they can, and Barrier, they can totally do the front, no questions.
Yeah, but if you look at the logic, if you're thinking about where things are from a logical perspective.
Oh, Axe did just lose out on an Opal statue.
Oof.
It's unfortunate. Shoutouts to Bert over on Nightdew's screen here.
Yeah. One of the improvements coming in, actually if you play it, more recent versions, those Opal statues actually don't go away. I don't know if we're changing to the newer versions once we go to the next round or not.
Don't believe so.
Nope,
and there's our teleport, so yeah, that's super nice to have. So yeah,
Yep.
he's gonna get rid of both of his warp boots here. And a
the
warrior ring.
Very nice. That one lets you go pew pew pew, just like that. Thank you for the demonstration.
So yeah, the warrior ring letting you fire off your level 1 charge shot as your auto attack. Super helpful here. What other goodies is he gonna find? Another mimic.
How about
Red
number
eye.
9? Yeah, and there's several more chests here to look at. Nightdew is at least fortunately following in the same footsteps as Axeman. It's the right thing to do for now, but he's got to hope that some progression lies in a place that Axeman doesn't go soon.
Well, Axe did just get the alarm flute, so we will be able to use those eyeglasses and check out the rest of Joel.
And
Rabbit
the rabbit
boots. So
which
we
aren't that
have...
useful once you have flight.
Nope. So really the big thing that we wanted to see here was the alarm flute out of that. So that's good stuff. And all the enemies that are actually in here are actually fairly good to kill in terms of XP. So having all the weapons right now, having the orbs, having the warrior ring, just their damage output is super good. There's the butterflies.
This is... Isn't this vanilla? Aren't they usually there?
I don't think they're the green ones though, no.
Oh, not the green ones. Yeah.
You're asking the guy who's played vanilla one time though, so
Oh yeah. Whereas I played vanilla so much as a kid that I literally named my 20+ year avatar after an NPC from the game.
Okay, good things are happening. Nightdew is checking the right side. Meanwhile, your favorite fight here is happening on the left of Mado 2.
I don't know how Mado has a second fight because he definitely got killed the first time. So Axeman didn't check this side, right?
No, he didn't.
He did not. And not only was that mimic number 10, that was the other bow, and that might be exactly what Nightdew needed.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
if I am Nightdew right now, I finish Hydra. I make the play to do Pyramid and do Crypt.
Yep.
I know where Power Ring is. I can Forsaken it. I'm not going to have Warrior Ring for Tower, so it is going to be slow, unfortunately. But that way he gets the most density that he has available to him in a fast area. But I know for a fact Nightdew will do Crypt because he has both bows. So
Absolutely.
he might actually just get the go-up point, go straight down. He might just do Pyramid into Crypt just to save himself the chance. We have 2 mimics left to find. We have Axeman checking the floor here, making a checkpoint, so that way if he doesn't like what he sees, he can just blip out and keep his scaling down. Really solid play. I like that.
Indeed.
Nightdew is doing exactly what we thought. He's going right over to the pyramid. No questions.
Yeah, it is the play, just like we talked about. Absolutely what needed to happen.
And if it is here, this is going to be his huge time save.
Yeah, no, it's basically game at that point, because he's just going to go ahead and kill Dragon. Now, we have seen Axeman, obviously someone who made the speed assisted tool run, all that. I'm sorry, words failed me there. TAS. He knows how to play this game. He knows how to play it at a high level. He's probably one of the top 5 players in the world. Nightdew is also very, very good at this. That is Mimic 11, so let you cut in with that.
Oh, I don't need to. I already put it in chat. We are 1 away from Mimic %.
We are indeed 1 away. Nightdew is not quite as execution good as Axeman. It's still very, very good. But this is you can make up for it with this amount of time.
Yeah, Nightdew is a very good runner. I definitely feel like he's having an off night here with his play. He did find change, so that is actually a big find here, because if it's not here, he can always warp back to Sahara and then check Dio if Dio's got the last bow. So he's going to be able to clear out all of the last little area here. So I do like this.
You can actually do all of the change, because we've got Brokana, we have Amazons, because we also have Grease Plant. That's a couple of checks unlocked right there.
It is a couple of one-off far away checks, and he doesn't have teleport yet.
Oh, that's true.
And Axe just found the storm bracelet. Oh, there's the bow!
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And a psycho shield.
Okay.
Wow.
If you are Nightdew right now, you warp back
Yeah.
to wherever you can buy herbs. You stock up on herbs and you go. 100% go. So Axe fell into the trap of density checking, which again, no one can fault him for because he did just find refresh. Great find. But Nightdew making these checks, finding all 3 bows, super good. And he's got the only downside for him. He only has the water bracelet. So that's going to be the big kicker for him here.
Yep. And like you said, getting as many medical herbs as he can hold.
Yep, he's going to use the last warp boots he's got, go back to Sahara.
Probably buy one more item here.
No, there's nothing here you can buy.
Oh, okay.
Yep, nothing here he can buy. So he's just going to go. So he is probably going to get a level because he doesn't have a ring. Everything's going to give him good chunks of XP here. That's not it's not a nooper. Axe is going to keep finishing out Goa, which I can't blame him for because we all play like this. This is the exact play that any runner would make.
It is the statistical most likely good play. And even though he just got the recover spell, I fear he will not actually recover from this one.
It's still possible. So the thing that we know right now, Bracelet of Water, the Blizzard Bracelet is definitely hard. It's definitely not a free tower. It's not a fun tower.
Yeah, not a free Dragon.
Yeah. The Dragon fight, because they have barrier, I don't think Nightdew will do it, but he can get up there and do some stab strats. And that will actually give him pretty good damage output during that. But he is grinding on these dragons here to get to 10, which is smart. He's going to make his way up. Axe found another magic ring. He's going to teleport out. Question is, where does he go from here? Because if he goes over to Pyramid, which I think is what he's going to do, he's going to find truth, so he knows it's not the back of Crypt. But, oh no. I think you're getting that nap you wanted.
Oh, goodness. Well, Axe did say he was going to oblige in this.
And he's doing it right now for you.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, if, I tried to stay impartial in this race. I did. And I felt like I did up until this point, but I don't know. I feel like you have to forgive me cheering for the racer that didn't kill me.
I mean, it could be like what Matcher says, and you're always... there's the broken statue, so you are required to actually get the power ring. So that's definitely going to help if Axe wants to go get it in terms of speed and damage. It's a huge damage save. But with where Nightdew's at right now, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Now, because he did this, he is going to route in the rest of Saber, but the big question is, does he remember that he forgot the left side of Stixie? That is really what it comes down to.
And even if he does know that, like, when is it the best play to go for that versus something else?
That's a great question.
I mean, he's going in the right direction.
He's doing it now.
He's very much in the right direction.
He's doing it now.
Yeah.
So he very much remembered that he orphaned that side.
Wow.
Nightdew is getting the pattern here to do this. Really hoping to see him do stab strats, but not getting that today. So he is going to get...
And doesn't get it on one pass. But he gets another attack!
Yep, so this is actually fairly good for him. He's got a fairly decent position for those saws, too. He does have the barrier here. Axe is going to find Warp Boots. He's going to find the Bow of Sun. And then the Bow of Sun is definitely going to lead him to Crypt.
Yeah, yep. He will be on his way as soon as he is. So there is one downside to this, and I hope that you're okay. I hope that you're gonna be able to be okay with this.
There's so many places it could be right now, but yes, unfortunately.
He's gonna go straight to Pyramid and then straight to Crypt, and we are not gonna see that 12.
No, but he may make the gamble. He may make the gamble. So
Already gone down.
Okay, so, all right, so I want to check timings here for when they. So when they actually enter the tower. All right, so 50:01. Axe didn't go straight over. Axe is in Hydra.
You have a shot. You have a shot. I just want to clear it out because he's in the area.
I don't blame him for this. I really
don't blame him either. It is your limit. Oh,
second opal.
Yeah.
Good find. Actually, that's all our opals because we know the third one is on Ivory Statue.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is Nightdew's race to lose right now.
Absolutely.
Being in the tower, he does have to be careful with his mana if he wants to do barrier strats at the end. So I do like this play out of him. He doesn't have any rings. He's just taking his time. I think he does have the shield ring equipped right now.
He does.
Just to get that extra defense for projectiles, and frankly, it's the best thing that he could have right now. Yep. Very happy to see the sword strats. Great timing on the barrier. He's doing great. He is gonna have to be extremely careful here with his MP usage, otherwise he's gonna do the Dynamite without any type of.
I think he has at least one magic ring.
I think you're right.
He might have two, but I know he has one. Otherwise, there's no reason he would be doing this level 3 magic at this point. He's still on the first floor.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be using magic. Knowing who I'm against right now, knowing the odds, I would be so doing this right now, because you got to remember he had 2 early deaths, and then he had a couple of other deaths as well. But he doesn't know that Axe had a death in a spot too, and now he's checking all of Hydra.
And I believe we just have the flight just left,
which is telepathy. So where's he gonna go?
No, he's going for the end.
Yep, he's going to go. He's got Dio's.
The other thing, Nightdew.
And magic rings.
Nightdew taking advantage of Deo's necklace. You know, it's just a little bit of extra here and there, but every little bit helps.
Yeah, this robot here would definitely be a good one to shoot down the stairs. That way he doesn't have to worry about killing it. It is a little bit unfortunate that the helicopter is going to come in here and make that so it really can't do that. But yeah, so Axe is going to speed his way here. Now, because Nightdew doesn't have any damage rings, this is actually allowing Axe to catch up. So being on the second floor here doing this is definitely... Yeah, and he's going right to the front.
Yeah, he went to the front first. Don't blame him for that. It doesn't take that long, and there's a couple of checks here.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
And it's the right call.
It is 100% the right call. I'm not gonna lie, I will ask.
Oh, Nightdew got trapped in the corner by that helicopter. Got very close to dying there.
Yeah, I definitely saw him take at least 1 hit. I might have taken 2 off that.
It was 2.
Yeah, okay, it was 2. Yeah, doing these robots here. Yeah, he just slammed that magic ring. He said, "I don't have time. I gotta keep going." And then this is just the work of that Blizzard bracelet here. It is not the fastest thing in the world. Meanwhile, I blinked and Dragon 1 is gone.
Yeah. And Axeman has it, and he is gonna be. He doesn't even talk off.
No, he doesn't need anything else.
Why not? Yeah.
He's got refresh. He's got barrier. He's got
storm bracelet.
He's got storm bracelet. He's got opal. I mean, he literally doesn't need anything else. He is good to go.
Yeah. This sounds very strange with Nightdew literally on the second floor fighting, like just cleared the second floor. You know, it's still Nightdew's race to lose, I feel like. But it's really, really strangely close.
It is really close. Yeah, if Nightdew takes a death, Axe will catch up.
Absolutely.
So
basically,
I'm really hoping
if Nightdew lives, he probably wins this race.
it's still going to be close.
Yeah.
It is worth noting it's still close. He does have one more ring. He is utilizing Dio's, but and right there, that's the fallback of the Blizzard bracelet, is that it pulls the enemies in when they come back, so it can actually do that and force them into a bad pattern and hit you. And that could actually cause Nightdew to die. That's something that you definitely don't want to have happen. He's trying to build up the MP to get another shot off. I feel for him right now so much.
Oh yeah, go ahead and use that medical herb. He is now out of those.
Yeah, no, he knows he's got to play it safe, so I don't blame him for using that whatsoever. Like right now, he's, like I said, he's still in a fairly good position. Axe just entered Dragon 2. Trying for that quick pattern here. He does have the Lagstorm bracelet here, so he is going to fire that off. And knowing Axe, he will actually run up there and do some stab strats.
Yep. Oh, coming down now. Oh, but got caught.
Nope, he's fine.
Yeah.
He's going to be fine. All right, looks like Nightdew is
scaling,
up.
He's going to need more than one shot.
That is true. So Nightdew is up. He is getting his Crystalis. Yep. Now, he's got the MP. He just needs to take his time, do the fight, and he's got this.
Oh, man.
At level 12 at 39, that is not a 2-cycle Dragon. That is a 3-cycle. So Nightdew is playing it actually super safe. He doesn't even want to chance it right now. I don't blame him for this whatsoever.
I do not blame him either.
Not at all.
And I feel like
56-36.
Yeah. Yep. Oh my goodness. And he is in position. And not anything Axeman can do at this point because Nightdew has killed Dinah.
All right.
Thrust into the reactor. Did we get an SRL time?
Unfortunately, because I'm still having issues getting into that, we do not have the official SRL time there.
So it was around 57 minutes and what, 10 seconds, somewhere there?
It was pretty close to that, yes.
Yeah. But definitely, you know, sub-hour. Got into the tower about 6.5 minutes faster than Axeman. And has won this race.
And speaking of winning this race, our winner has joined us, Nightdew. Congratulations on this victory, GG.
Bring on Matrick.
So, the reason he is saying that, and there's actually a really important reason. The reason he is saying that is because since he won, Matrick has to now do a race for seeding against Nightdew because of the buy and the dropout that happened. So, we get an extra race. So if you were hoping for that extra race, you've got it. It's going to happen, I believe, within this week of scheduling here. So that is definitely something that's going to come up. Now, I gotta ask, because I know how I would feel. How do you feel right now?
Yeah.
Clenchtastic? Something like that. Water 3 tower, fun times.
Yeah, but the entire time I'm sitting up here going, there's the water saw. There's that terrible thing that's gonna only do, damage. And, damage. And, oh, look, it pulled the guy into you. That's why we don't like using that. So, here's the biggest thing. Here's the biggest thing. So, you knew from the beginning that you were behind because of those deaths. I can tell you felt behind the whole time. And at that point, it was definitely the thing. Axe got flight, teleported out. So he got the 3 checks on the left and dipped out. So he actually abandoned the entire right side of Stixie. And when you went in, you cleared it out and went, oh, okay. Hey, look, Crypt open.
Why not go to Dragon first? But yes, Crypt was next on the list.
And that was literally what did it. Was you going there and making that call. And that was 100% what did it for you. Now, I'm gonna let you know what it. So you entered the tower at 50 minutes and 1 second. So that climb took you roughly 6.5 minutes. Meanwhile, Axe, who had the warrior ring, because he full cleared Goa.
I kind of figured he might have. That's what I was thinking. When I saw that when I saw like that, I almost assumed he would make like. What you told me explains why he did not make that play.
Yep, I mean he had full access to the backside. So it looks like Axe did just finish up here with the time right around a 1 hour and 2 second mark. He should be joining us here in just a moment.
And the path he took did make it very exciting for us to watch because obviously you got to the power first. He did clear all of Goa, and in the process of doing that and a few other checks, he was loaded for bear. Warrior Ring, Storm Bracelet, Recover Magic. Basically, he was in position to bowl through the tower in a way you couldn't. And then happened to go and remember that he didn't check Stixie until after that. He did immediately go and check that later. And then, yeah, from there it was just a matter of, well, he did take some time to clear out the rest of Hydra, but after that, found that Boa of Truth in the front, and was right on your tail. So if anything else had gone wrong for you at that point, he was right there.
I was saying, there was like that last teleport, I'm like, okay, I have like all these warp boots, I don't need these anymore, I've got to go somewhere with medicinal herbs. Sahara doesn't have them, so that's one space lost. Yeah, Axe did all Goa, and I totally believe that. It's just like, I mean, that's kind of what I needed, because Axe is slightly better at this than me. But, yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things where, you know, I knew what I was up against. I mean, I could have went and, you know, like, cleared out Oasis, but I'm like, I'm up against Axe. I have all the bows. All I have is this. And to be fair, what I should have probably did, and the reason I was going for, like, level 3 water charges was I was just getting bodied in a half by helicopters.
Yeah, there was a really close scare there in the corner on the left side, I believe, the second floor, where you were down to just a few after a double hit. Yeah, we clinched along with you right there. There was a smidge of disappointment on behalf of my co-commentator because the path that Axeman ended up taking got us ever oh so close to his goal. Unfortunately, only 11 of 12 mimics were found.
If you're still on stream, I need you to reload the seed and warp out right now and go check back of crypts. I need to know if they're there. No, don't do that.
Yeah.
But
Also,
yeah, so you found
not
11.
killing me, since you didn't have to.
Yeah, it was, yeah, I know I found a lot of them. I know I killed a few of them for money. You know, kind of seeing some of the other races, it's like, okay, yeah, they're, you know, the money grind, especially, like, at the beginning of the seed, like, okay, well, Leaf doesn't have medicinal herbs, that's great. And up until, like, the back half of Evil Spirit Island, I'm like, man, I just cannot heal right now. So I'm like running through ESI with no health, forgetting I have like 1 in my inventory, until I go run the left side. Oh, hey, look, there's another one. And then I just like get bodied by a vampire like, what, 3 times?
Yep. Pretty much.
And welcome,
we are
Axe,
joined
and
by the
GG
Axeman.
on your finish.
Thanks.
How you
Night
feeling,
Nightdew got the job done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Fun story. I guess you can guess what Nightdew did after finding your chest that you didn't do.
He probably went straight to Dragon 1.
No, he made one stop before that.
Oh, he remembered to do the other side of Stixie, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably should have remembered that, huh? I did stop and bust a gut real quick there.
Yep. And between that and not doing the rest of Hydra and not doing Goa Fortress, it was a very entertaining race for us because you were right on Nightdew's heels. But because Nightdew, because of the path taken, only had Storm Bracelet or Blizzard Bracelet. Had no rings, had no healing magic, and so was a 7-minute path up that tower, and every single second of that you were catching up.
Wow.
I've got to ask, did you ever find the broken statue?
Yeah.
I did, yeah. I think it was on Hydra.
Nope, you found it from Mado 1.
Oh god, I was
Oh,
gonna
right.
do
Oh,
him, and I would have cashed that thing in so hard. I actually remembered to look at that, and that was the power ring sitting there. So I'm like, yeah, I would have totally ran that one in had I found it.
I had warrior rings, so I just went for it.
Well, the beginning of this seed was very, very linear and very vanilla-ish. It was quite the meandering about early on, and Axeman, you managed to take a bit of a commanding lead. Unfortunately, Nightdew had some vampire issues, and then Vampire 2 issues, and had probably a good 10 to 15 minute lead at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I had no issues. I don't know if I died. I at least kind of noped out a few times.
Well, I know I bugged out of Windmill Cave like once just due to a poisoning. I had looted most of it, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm not coming back here. I think the one that felt the worst was the second one of Foglamp Cave that had the ninja just zone in. Oh, hi, here's a paralysis beam.
Yeah, Foglamp Cave was a pain. And then it was all mimics, too.
Yeah.
Did you last location the Sword of Thunder, too?
Pretty much the only thing I was kicking myself as before, like, I found the Sword of Thunder, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm forgetting something. I forgot Rage. Thankfully, nothing was on him that I really cared about,
wow.
but I pretty much almost last location Sword of Thunder, yes. Because I'm going through my head, I'm like, what have I lost? And I just look at this flute of lime in my inventory, I'm like, no.
And from there, things were pretty much pretty straightforward. Once the bows were both, pretty easy to find in Stixie.
Yeah, and yeah, that's what did it, because it's like, okay, I'm like, I've got Sun and Moon in Stixie. I'm like, well, there's no reason not to just, like, cheat over to that side of the world, Best case, it's in Crypt, or Dragon 1 in this case, but yeah, best case, it's over there, and I just go, and I'm just like, I told them I was just taking Water 3 through the tower, and a big shout out to Shield Ring and Dio's Pendant, things that don't normally get that much in the way of hype with, Warrior Ring and all that stuff going around, but they actually, the MP I got up the tower was just enough with those magic rings to get me up there.
Oh, man. Yeah, I totally forgot about that, about using my flight in there when yeah.
That's how it goes sometimes. But it was an exciting race. Got to see a lot of good things. Any final thoughts from our runners?
I think I get another Gozen seed if I have to play Matric now.
You do. Because he's not allowed to generate the seeds for his race.
Well, I'm glad to have provided everybody yet another race now.
All right, and we will be scheduling that and announcing that out here pretty quickly. I know that Matric is not currently available like tonight. That's why you don't see him taunting me about my death in chat. But once we get that out there and announce it, I'm sure, like you said, that'll be sometime this week. And since it's Saturday, that'll have to happen pretty quickly here. So keep an eye out for that.
Well, it's the upcoming week because this week's the double week. So,
oh, right,
yep.
Christmas and all that.
Yep. And speaking of the double week, if you do enjoy this wonderful randomizer and this tournament, we do have one other race scheduled that is coming up. That will be on Monday, the 23rd at 8:30 p.m. Eastern there, which will be Tornell 357 versus Demarine. So that'll be a great race as well.
Can't wait for that one. All right. If you have nothing else, thank you so much to our runners. Thank you to my co-commentator, Gozengata. Thank you to... did you also track? I'm sorry, I wasn't keeping track of that.
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Thank you for that, pulling double duty. And congratulations again to our winner, Nightdew. Thank you to the Speed Gaming Network for once again letting us grace your channels with our lovely tournaments. And we will see you next time. Have a good night, everybody.